Hi, Ian. Thank you
Oh.
so much for helping me with my project.
Okay.
So I just had a few questions for you.
Okay.
So did you know that NASA is planning to send people back to the moon in 2024?
Mm-mm.
You didn't know that. Do you know the last time we went to the moon?
I'm gonna guess over a decade.
Over a decade. Very good. Would you believe even before your mom was born? Would you believe before I was born? Would you believe it was 1972?
No.
No.
It was 1972.
1972 is the last time we had people on the moon.
Dang. What was the first time?
1969.
When Neil Armstrong stepped on the moon.
Exactly. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. 1969, July.
Are you gonna go to the moon?
I hope so eventually. Would you go if you could?
No.
What if it was safe?
No.
Like, no? Why not?
It's just, I don't know. I wouldn't go.
Okay, so 2024,
Mhm.
what grade will you be in?
I will be in either the 7th or 8th grade.
Excellent. Depending on if it's the spring or the fall, right? If it's like January through...
If it's spring, I'll be in probably 8th grade.
Really? Because usually the spring is like at the beginning of the year and the fall is at the end of the
My
year.
birthday's in the spring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well, actually, yeah, at the end. More at the end. If it's in the spring, probably not. Okay.
Okay, you're in the 7th or 8th grade,
Mhm.
and people have launched to go to the moon. Do you see yourself having a party to celebrate, or like, would you be excited about that?
If it was on TV, I would watch it probably.
Oh, it'd be on TV for sure.
Would I celebrate it about? Would I celebrate? Maybe. I don't
Maybe?
know. I'm not. I don't really. It would be fun to watch.
It'd be fun to watch.
I don't see why I would celebrate it. So I mean, celebrate for some reason, but I mean, I could. I probably would.
So have you ever been to the Space Center Houston?
Space Center, no.
And let's see, have you ever seen a rocket launch?
On TV. Yeah.
On TV? And have you ever seen like a space movie? Like
A space movie.
like a fiction movie, science fiction, like Star Wars, Star Trek.
Isn't there a new movie called what is it called?
Lots of them.
It's called
Like there was Gravity, and there was Interstellar, and there was The Martian.
No, I think it was like last year. It was like, I think it's new.
It was it Star Wars?
No, it's space related.
Oh, okay.
Can't remember what it's called.
Well, if you think of it, let me know.
Okay.
Let's see. What do you think it's like to be an astronaut?
I'd be scared.
You'd be scared?
I don't like flying.
You don't like flying?
I've never flew before. I've never been on an airplane.
So you might like it.
So
It might be the funnest
it would
thing
be
in the world.
scary. It would be scary to go to a different. Is it
No, I mean, it's not considered to be a planet.
Pluto?
Pluto.
Kind of.
It's kind of.
Are they gonna make Pluto a planet again?
I think they have. Yeah.
Already?
Pluto's a planet again.
It is?
Yes.
Who said that?
I think. Well, I know Jim Bridenstine, the NASA administrator. That's a question he gets asked a lot, and he says he wants Pluto to be a planet. And I think the astronomical people that make such things decided that Pluto's a planet. But I'll double check on you. I can get back to you.
Okay. Any other questions?
Okay, so I have 1,807 more videos of these to do because that's how long it is between now and the end of 2024. And I plan to interview somebody different every single day. Now, do you have any advice for me, like questions I should ask or things I should do?
Advice?
Yes, yes, yes.
Advice.
Advice. Okay, I got another question.
I don't know near as much as you do about space, so I don't think I can give you any advice.
Oh, well, I mean, like, do you think I should ask the questions differently? You think I should talk less and listen more? Maybe I should have the questions written down. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, plan before you video.
Plan before I video?
Yeah, like decide what you're gonna say before you just record.
Put it out there, huh?
Record, yeah.
Okay, I have a question. 500 years from now, you're able to magically come back here and take a look at humanity. What do you think you'll find?
I will see flying cars.
Flying cars, okay.
Or maybe just cars that will drive themselves.
Oh, wow. And I was actually in a car that drove itself, and it drove me from Austin to Houston.
Did you have to touch the wheel?
I did at some parts, like the roads, like they were working on the roads and the stripes were like bad, and it goes, take control now, or something like that, and you had to grab onto the wheel. But most of the time, it drove itself. It was like amazing. And you could like tell it how far back from the car in front of it you want to be. So like if you like to keep a lot of distance, you can say I want to be 3 cars back. Maybe you're okay with being closer, you can say I just want to be 1 car back. It's kind of cool. Okay, so flying cars, self-driving cars. Do you think people are living on the moon then?
Yeah, eventually they would probably start going underground in the moon and start doing construction there.
Do you think you'll be able to like see it from Earth? Like if you look up at the moon, you'll be able to see like little lights, like a city, or maybe if it's underground, you.
It would be very hard to see. Maybe if I looked in a telescope.
A telescope.
I'd probably be able to see it.
Do you think people are living on Mars 500 years from now?
Yes, I saw a YouTube video about it. That eventually, in a long time from now, people are going to start moving to Mars and once again building underground.
Wow. Does that excite you, or what are your thoughts?
The video said there's only like a 60 to 50% chance of that happening. So, does it excite me? I mean, I'll be dead by then, so I have no idea.
Yeah, but your children's 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 will be still alive, and they'll be going, my great 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 grandfather Ian.
Go.
Gulp. Too far in the future to think about.
Yeah, a bit too much.
So aliens, you think there's other people in the universe, or is it just us?
I believe.
Hi, Isaac. Can I talk to your brother a little bit more?
But it's time for you to talk to me.
Okay. Any last words, Ian?
What was I gonna say?
Ooh, football.
Yes, I believe there's aliens, but I feel like they wouldn't come down to Earth and like destroy us or anything. I don't think they would do that.
Well, that's cool. I hope you're right. That'd be bad. Okay, well, any last thoughts?
No. It's time for you to talk to me.
Okay.
What are aliens?
Well, did you want to wave bye? Bye.
No, I have one last question.
One last
for
question.
You.
Okay.
If we had no moon,
Yes.
what do you think it would be like?
Oh my gosh. Well, we wouldn't have the tides. Also, before we developed lights, it was really difficult to see at night. And the moon, when it's full, makes it easier to see at night. So that would have definitely changed life.
But it's the sun's reflection.
It is the sun's reflection, but at night, so like at night you're out camping and it's completely dark. And there is a big difference between having a full moon up and having no moon, right? I mean, it's just like you can...
It'll probably get darker faster.
I mean, it would be like completely dark at night, right? But
Yeah.
I mean, it is whenever you don't have the moon up at night. So
One last
Um,
question. What does the moon have to do with the tide and the waves? How does it affect it when it's? How does it affect it? Like when it goes up, like the waves getting
Sure.
higher and higher. Is it gravity?
it is gravity. There's some people that think that if you go into space, there's no gravity because they see the astronauts floating, but it's actually not true. Because if there's no gravity, then like the space station and what have you would just go in a straight line and disappear off into space. The same thing's true with the moon. The reason the astronauts float is not because there's no gravity, but because they're literally falling around the Earth. It's kind of difficult to imagine, but they're going so fast forward that as they fall towards the Earth, they keep missing it, keep falling around the Earth. So the gravity of the moon is pulling on the Earth and causing the water to bunch up both on the side that's facing the moon and the side that's directly on the other side of the Earth, and then making the water go down on the sides that aren't in that line.
But how does it do that? It's just a big rock.
Right, it's gravity. It's like, have you ever taken a magnet and you put it above some electric, some metal files and see it they like stand up? Well, gravity is a different force, but
So
has
you're
a similar effect.
So you're telling me if I had a rock and I put it over waves, it would go.
You have to be a huge rock. I mean, you know how big the moon is?
Yeah, but it's a lot smaller than the Earth.
It is a lot smaller than the Earth, but the Earth is a lot smaller than the sun.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Did you know the Earth gets smaller and smaller every day?
How does that happen?
I don't know.
Oh,
I watched,
well,
I watched a YouTube video based on that.
How do we know that? I guess because I hadn't heard that before, that the Earth gets smaller.
I
And-
watched this YouTube video. It was talking about. It said, what if the Earth was the size of the sun? They were saying how we couldn't live because it would be so big and it would get so hot, and it was talking about how at the end it said, don't worry because the Earth actually gets smaller every day. That's what it said.
Oh, okay. Let's say another video came out and said that the Earth doesn't get smaller every day. What would you do to figure out what the truth is?
I would need proof.
And what would that proof look like?
An astronaut goes up into space one day and measures how big, that would take forever, measures how big the Earth is, and then the next day they do it again and sees if it's smaller or the same size.
But I mean, how
That
would
would
you
take forever.
actually measure the size of the Earth?
Like, what do you mean?
I mean-
In what measurement?
I mean, how big is the Earth right now? Like, if you were to give it a number, and how could we find out what it was?
Maybe if someone said it would take 1 million Earths to fit inside the sun, and then some other time, like a year later, they found out that now it would take 1,100,000 Earths, maybe.
Now, whenever you're measuring the size of the Earth, are you just measuring the hard parts, or the liquid parts, or the air parts also? Like, which?
Why would you measure air? Because
Well,
that's
I mean,
not
like,
solid.
for
That's
example-
not on the Earth.
But Jupiter is supposedly all air. Like, there's no solid
It's
part to
gas.
Jupiter.
It's
What?
gas.
Right, gas
It's made
and
out of
air,
gas.
which is air,
Yeah.
right?
But this is a rock planet. This isn't made out of gas.
So you only use the air measurements for planets that don't have rocks?
That is the only way you could, though.
But would you include the air in planets that do have rocks? Because,
Would you include rocks in the planets that don't have rocks?
well, I mean, you could, but it would be zero, right?
Exactly.
Oh.
And the Earth doesn't have any gas
It does.
inside.
Well, it does too, because think about natural gas that we get out and we burn.
That's what you call natural gas.
That I guess you could. But I was thinking about the Earth gas.
Earth has gas.
Well, I mean, they drill in the Earth. They get
Jupiter
out
has
methane.
rocks. So
I-
Jupiter has rocks.
Well, I don't know that that's true. I always
Why
thought
would Earth have rocks and Jupiter doesn't have?
that's a good question.
No. Why would Earth have gas but Jupiter doesn't have rocks?
Why would those things be related at all?
Because think about it.
Okay,
Jupiter has gas.
Jupiter has gas.
Earth has gas.
Earth has
So
gas.
it would make me think that Jupiter had rocks too.
Okay, and how could we find that out?
Well, you would have to literally go to Jupiter.
Oh, would you like to go to Jupiter?
No.
Oh.
Sure, I would go to Mars.
You'll go to Mars, but not Jupiter. And you'll go to Mars, but not the moon.
Since it's gas, wouldn't you just go through it,
I don't know.
Jupiter?
Or would
'cause
you just
nobody
get stuck in the middle?
Nobody has the
Or
time to
would
do
it crush you?
Probably.
I mean, like if you go...
That's not a good idea. I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't send myself first, no. I think I'd send like some type of robotic craft and see what happens to it. But, so you said you go to Mars, but you wouldn't go to the moon.
Mhm.
Can you tell me about that?
Wait, I said I wouldn't go to the moon.
Oh, it's like, hey, do you want to go to the moon? And you're like, no, I don't want to go to the moon.
I mean, I'll go to the moon for $1 billion,
But not for the fun of it?
for $1 million, just for free. I mean,
Not
just-
even for free. You would have to pay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not worth it because think about it. What if the engine of the rocket like fails or something? If it broke down or something,
Mm,
what would happen?
I don't know. I guess it depends on, was there a backup rocket?
Have you ever been on a spaceship?
I've never been on a spaceship. I want to be on the spaceship.
Have you ever been on an airplane?
Yeah, I even fly airplanes. Little Cessna 172s.
Has anything bad happened?
Oh, the worst thing that's happened to me on an airplane has been turbulence. You go through some bad air and you get shaken up really quick.
Do you wear stuff? Like, do you wear this suit?
No, regular
Clothes.
shorts and t-shirt and everything. I mean, I'm not doing any type of aerodynamic flying. I'm just, it's like driving in a car equivalent to flying. It's really...
You actually have a higher chance of dying in a plane, I think, than in a car because car crashes have happened very often. Not a lot of people die. Actually, a lot of people die from car crashes.
I know, every day, in every city. Well, most cities. Most big cities, for sure. And we've gotten kind of used to
My
it.
mom has been in a car crash twice, 3 times actually, and I only witnessed one. And the car was going like at least 20, 30 miles per hour. And this car said, "You can go," and we went, but there's this red car coming.
Oh my gosh, I know.
got hit.
And that's why I think flying may actually be safer because you have the air traffic controllers, you have people keeping an eye out for planes. Like a lot of people drive and do other things, but whenever I'm flying, all I'm doing is flying. Like I am scared of doing anything else. My entire mind is on where am I going, where are the other planes, where's the wind, what's the air traffic control people telling me, what I need to be
how do you
telling
know
them.
where to go?
Well, I mean, you have navigational equipment. GPS is a big help. Having those GPS satellites up there in the orbit that tell us how far we are from them and then being able to triangulate exactly our spot on the Earth and then using like maps to figure out where we are. It's a beautiful system.
What do you think would happen if
It's the hammock and the wind blowing.
what do you think killed the dinosaurs?
What do I think killed the dinosaurs? Well, I haven't studied it personally, so I have to go with kind of like the answer that I've been given that makes sense. I mean, what I heard was a big impact of an asteroid caused a whole bunch of dust and rocks to go up that shielded the Earth from the sun, caused all the plants to die, and there was nothing for the dinosaurs to eat, and then they died. That's what I've heard. But like I said, I haven't studied it personally. I just kind of have to go with that answer.
If that same asteroid hit Earth today,
Yeah.
do you think all humanity would be wiped out?
I would like to think not all humanity. I mean, I would like to think that, we could use like nuclear power to grow plants to feed a limited number of people for a few hundred years, maybe. But I think vast majority of the Earth to be knocked out, don't you think? But this is a very good question. Did you know that asteroids hit the Earth every single day? It's just they're usually small enough that they burn up
Where?
or all over the place. Mainly like in the ocean, but they hit all over the place.
If it was as big as so let's say it hit somewhere in Asia. Would we feel like a big shake or boom?
I don't know. I mean, but one big problem that we have today
What?
is that it's very possible that if we had a big asteroid coming, that somebody might think they're under attack, and instead of like dealing with asteroids, we're then dealing with like some type of war as a result of the attack. Like they see this big streak and the city has been destroyed, and they think like some country.
We can control asteroids?
We can't control asteroids, but sometimes people may not realize it was an asteroid that hit you. They might think it was like a missile, and they might have, and so they launch their missiles, and then whenever they launch their missiles, then the other countries launch their missiles, and then we're like in war, all because of an asteroid, and nobody knew
When
it.
an asteroid strikes, you can tell. I think I could tell. Like, some people get it on camera, and it looks like this big ball just
Yeah, sometimes.
on flames.
Sure.
Going through. A missile would probably look a bit different.
You think so?
Do you think there's bombs that could destroy the whole Earth?
I mean, look at the nuclear bombs and what they can do. I mean, like Nagasaki and Hiroshima, and that was 67, no, that was like 80 years ago, 70 years ago? 70 years ago, I think. 1945, 1944.
But why would you do that? What was the point of doing that?
I don't know. I guess to make people scared of you so that they do what they want you to or something? I think destroying the Earth would be a silly idea.
A stupid idea.
That kind of idea. Well, do you think we should call it quits, or did you have something else you think we should talk about?
If you could decide what planet you would land on first, what would it be?
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be the planet, it'd be like the moon. And what I would do is try to build a structure big enough that you could see from Earth. Because I think once people see that structure and it becomes undeniable that humans have made it to the moon, that will change people's perception.
How much money do you think that would cost?
I think it costs, hundreds of billions of dollars.
I think that's it.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, Ian. See y'all later.